A marriage built on empty threats finally detonates. My wife was acting up, so I traumatized her forever. Mara and I had been married 7 years, and for at least 5 of them, every argument, big or small, ended with the exact same nuclear button she loved to press. Didn't matter if we were debating takeout or something that actually mattered. She always slammed down her favorite threat. Maybe we should just get divorced then. The first time she said it, my heart dropped into my stomach. I thought our entire life was about to fall apart. I apologized like a fool, brought flowers the next day, even suggested counseling. And she acted like she never said it at all. Just breezed around the house humming while I tried to glue myself back together. But then she did it again and again and again. I wanted to visit my parents for Christmas. Divorce threat. I said we couldn't afford a 5-star resort vacation. Divorce threat. I suggested our son Caleb attend the perfectly good public school instead of the outrageously priced private academy. Divorce threat. She'd stand there with her arms folded like she'd won a game I didn't realize we were playing. Fine, Owen. If you're going to be like this, maybe we should just end it. And every time, I caved. Because I didn't want our kid growing up in a fractured home. Because I still remembered the woman I married. Because I was scared. But the last time, something in me rewired. We were in the kitchen. Caleb asleep upstairs. She was pushing hard for that private school. Tuition that cost more than my first car. I said no. She escalated instantly. You never support me. Maybe we should just get divorced. I'll take Caleb, and you can figure out your life alone. I looked at her. Really looked at her. And I realized she didn't mean it. She never meant it. It was just her secret weapon. The shortcut she used to win every conflict. So I nodded, slowly, calmly, and walked to the office. That night, I started planning. Not emotional planning. Ice-cold planning. For 2 months, I acted like nothing had changed. Breakfast every morning. School drop-offs. Soccer practice. A kiss on the cheek before work. But during my lunch breaks, I was in a tiny office with a sharp lawyer named Victor, who wore too much aftershave but knew how to dismantle a hostile spouse in court. I opened a bank account she didn't know about. Moved small amounts every week. Rented a P.O. box across town. Found a cheap fixer-upper apartment near Caleb's school. And bought it outright using money from an old inheritance she pretended didn't exist. And I documented everything. Every threat. Written down with a date and timestamp. Screenshots of texts where she said she'd make sure I never saw Caleb again if I didn't agree with her. A recorded conversation where she literally said, I'll tell the court whatever I have to. She thought I was trapped. She thought I'd never call her bluff. She thought she'd never run out of ammunition. Our 8th anniversary fell on a Saturday. I booked her a full spa day. Massage, facial, champagne. Told her she deserved it. She teared up and said maybe I was finally learning to appreciate her. The second she left, I called my buddy Rowan. We loaded my essentials into his truck. Clothes, laptop, a few photos of Caleb. That's it. I left the furniture, the TV, everything else. Didn't matter. On the counter, I placed a folder. Inside, already filed divorce papers, proof of my separate account, a proposed parenting plan, and a printed list of all 23 times she'd threatened divorce in the past 2 years. I left my key and walked out. She called 53 times that afternoon. 53. When I didn't answer, she left a voicemail screaming so loud I had to hold the phone away. You can't do this. You can't just leave. I didn't mean it. Owen, answer the phone. I texted back one sentence. You said we should get divorced. I agreed. See you in court. The next weeks were chaos. She showed up at my new place twice. Second time I had to call the cops. She tried telling everyone I'd abandoned her, but most of them had heard her threats over the years. No one was surprised. Court was brutal, but Victor earned every cent. When the judge read her threats, especially the ones about taking Caleb to punish me, his whole expression shifted. Judges despise parents who weaponize kids. She tried to cry, tried to claim she never meant any of it, but her words were in writing and recorded, with dates, with receipts. I got primary custody. I would have accepted 50-50. I walked in expecting it, but the judge said her behavior showed instability and a pattern of coercive emotional manipulation. Mara started this game. I just ended it the only way she'd understand.